Alright, what's up everybody? We are on Season 1, Episode 22 of Vinland Saga, which is called The Lone Wolf. What an absolutely phenomenal episode that I myself just come off of watching the previous one, 21. You know, I kind of described it as like we kept falling from one deception into the next. First with like Canute being assassinated, then turning out that it was actually like a female double that they had put there. Then it turned out Askeladd had actually staged the whole assassination in the first place. And then they also revealed that like Gunnar is a spy, but they actually want him to be a spy, and they want the king to know about this whole plan. So just all in all, yeah, so many surprises in that episode, but then also just these incredibly powerful moments, you know, the confrontation, the reunion between Leif and Thorfinn, seeing how much, of course, for Leif in particular, seeing how much Thorfinn changed, not being prepared to go back with him and see his mom, who apparently is doing very poorly. Yeah, it's just, you know, tragic, right? And then got to the very end of it where there's the duel. Well, Thorfinn wants to have his duel finally with Askeladd, you know, the thing that, of course, well, he's been having a couple already, of course, in the past, but hopefully the the final and decisive one is what he wants now. But you know, first there was still the matter of Bjorn, who was succumbing to his injuries but did not want to go out that way, wanted to go out fighting, and therefore fought Askeladd by himself. Yeah, and had him sort of, you know, confess to him that like he did see him as a friend or something, I guess, or at least realize that and be genuine about it, I guess, rather. So God, such a, you know, like, again, a fantastic episode, and it makes me all the more excited now going into the last 3 episodes, what, you know, what direction they're going to go in with it. I wonder if we're already going, I mean, this, again, the title is called Lone Wolf, which is clearly referencing, I guess, Thorfinn. You know, because again, like Thorfinn is just doing what he's being told just to get this duel all the time, right? So Thorfinn still is not part of this grand plan. Then again, how is this grand plan going to be executed on now? Should Askeladd die in this duel or something, right? So I wonder, like, what could the outcome of this duel now be? Yeah, surely it can mean that Thorfinn is going to be the one, you know, actually dying now. That's the thing. It's like actually hard to see where they want to go with Thorfinn's story, rather than Askeladd and Canute and just, you know, everything that's happening right now in the kingdom in itself, I guess, right? So I'm actually, yeah, I'm very, well, excited, I guess, to to see where that's all going to go. I wonder what I mean, again, it's hard to even speculate about what the dinner sequence will play out like when you don't even know if either Thorfinn or Askeladd is going to be a part of it. You know what I mean? So, okay, I'm just, yeah, I'm completely sort of baffled by the fact that they're going to have this duel now. And you know, I'm just excited, like I said, curious rather, I should say, to see where that's going to go then at first. And then maybe it's going to be not until the next episode after that we will kind of see the grander, yeah, like again, the grander objective we've been focused on regarding assassinating King Sweyn and you know, taking over his kingdom from within, I guess. So yeah, guys, I look forward to diving in, and that's exactly what we're going to do now. But of course, let me quickly remind you that if you enjoy my reactions to Vinland Saga, then the last 2 episodes will already be up over on my Patreon. The last 2 episodes of the first season, that is, of course. Linked on top of the description. As always, your support is very much appreciated and allows me to make these videos in the first place. I'm also, of course, going to be reacting to Season 2 as it airs. So a lot for you to look forward to. But again, go and check out the last 2 episodes on Patreon. Full-length reactions up there too if you want to see me react to the episodes in their entirety. And then with that being said, we're going to dive into episode 22 of Vinland Saga. He doesn't really look impressed. Yeah. Like he's more prepared than ever. Thorkel's still just enjoying it. I was gonna say, I mean, you can't really have either die. His aura, okay.
三人の中でこの俺様が一番弱えとかありえねえだろうが。
興味ない。
てめえやっぱ女だろ。どうしたトロフィン。
Oh my god.
振りが強くなる前に終わらせて。しょうがねえな。
He just threw his sword away?
俺、攻めやすくなったろ。
Okay. What is his game?
な。まだわかんねえのか。なんでこうなるのか。
What is he trying to say to him? Is he trying to teach him the definition of a true warrior?
さっきの訂正、勝負になってねえや。
Yeah, it's an ass whooping.
トルフィンのやつ、癖から何からアーシェラッドに見抜かれてら。この二人相当やってんな。決闘の理由は。いい加減うんざりするぜ。
やめよ、そこまでだ。
Whoa, he really wants to end him?
まったく、今日はクソ気分のいい日だぜ。
Man, Askeladd has just become... Oh shit. Okay. He's become even more intimidating than he already was.
そなたの勝ちだ。わかるか。決闘はもう終わったぞ。そなたの負けだ。
Is Thorfinn still gonna want it after this? Like...
妖精、もう終わりだ。
Oh my god.
気を失ったのだ。すでにとどめを刺されている。
He's just completely... Oh
右
man.
腕が治ってからまたやり直せ。
Still blinded entirely by the hate.
怪我のせいじゃねえ。普段はちった考えて戦うようになってきちゃいるが。いっぺん頭に血が上ったら全部台無し。
Yeah, literally like what he pointed out much earlier already.
目線で丸分かりなんだよ。すぐにぶち切れてでけえ声出して獲物振り回すのはバカの戦だ。まったくどいつもこいつも美しさのかけらもありゃしねえ。
Dude, you would think that like Thorfinn has been developing, and like here he gets a bigger reality check than ever.
バイキングは特にな。初めて殺した相手もノルド戦士だった。俺の親父だ。
Wow.
小僧、工学のために教えてやろう。憎い相手の殺し方をな。俺は奴隷の母親から。
Okay, we're just gonna dive right into it, I guess.
おふくろは病気で働くことができなかった。何でも物心つく頃には火事場や馬屋の下働きだった。
He really does actually remind you a little bit about, you know, about Thorfinn like this. Even that song, I remember this from the first episode. Covered in ash. That must be crazy every time he says he's the son of Olaf, like, he's also a skiller. Oh, comes in with a head. Wow, yeah, he looks like him though. It's like Askeladd with long hair. Wow. That's so fucked up, yeah.
おふくろは若い頃、親父のお気に入りの奴隷だったそうだが、病を得てからは犬と同じ扱いだった。おふくろはよく先祖の英雄アルトリウスの話をした。同じ話を何度もした。 500年前
About the fairyland.
族の侵入からお袋の故郷を守った将軍の伝説だ。あんまり繰り返すもんだからよ。俺も信じるようになった。遥か西の彼方。
That's everybody with Santa
常人には
Claus.
たどり着くことのできない彼岸の地に英雄アルトリウスの住む楽土があるという。
Did
平和と豊穣
Did Thorfinn ever tell Askeladd? Does Askeladd know about Vinland?
理想郷だ。いつの日か彼は万軍を従えきて蛮族どもを注し、この世を平定してくださる。お袋の一族はそれを待ち続けて。
Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful thing to believe in, you know? People always want to hold on to something.
もし本当にご先祖様がそんないいところに暮らしてるならよ。
Why would he ever leave?
こんな世界に帰ってくるわけや。
Exactly.
そして俺が11の時ついにお袋の心が折れた。
What's she doing? She like lost her mind? Is that what he meant? Oh.
よりにもよってたまたま通りかかった親父のことを英雄アルトリウスと勘違いしたらしい。
Yeah, that didn't happen though.
一瞬で悟った。今この時アルトリウスがお袋を助けに来ない。
Then he had to be Artorias himself.
永遠に来ないのだと。誰かがやらねばならん。英雄でも神でもね。誰かがな。
Damn, man. Oh, did they duel?
不思議なもんだ。初めて使ったのに剣は俺の手によくない。
Wow, damn, he just had the strength from within.
情けねえ話さ。
A sad spectacle.
その女の子か。
That woman's child. He's your child too, but you just don't realize it.
わしの子か。
そうです。
見込みがある。今日から館に進め。さすがに11歳のガキにやれる相手とは思ってなかった。まずは親父の目に留まること。
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Because when we saw him arrive with his mom,
館では行儀よくしていた。
was that in Wales? He was old, alright?
訓練を怠らなかった。
So I guess he killed his father right before then. So he was allowed to play with the big boys, the big brothers. Wow, they raised him like that out of respect for him in that one moment just now, not realizing what it would ultimately bring them, I guess.
時期に周りも身内もすっかり俺を親父の子として受け入れるようになった。
I would assume that Askeladd never forgot though.
この作業に2年をかけたぜ。
Holy shit, what?
狙いは2つ。親父の油断と遺産の相続権だ。
The rights to his inheritance?
お前らにも見せてやりたかったよ。親父のあのなぜって面。使ったのは兄貴の剣だ。親父と仲の悪い奴から選んで盗んだ。
Wow.
他の兄貴たちは犯人と思い込んで、そいつをリンチにかけちまえん。
Oh my god, he was even playing chess then.
アルトリウスでもラグナロクでも最後の審判でも何でもいいからよ。マジに来るなら急いでもらいたいもんだぜ。まあ そん時は俺も生きちゃいられねえだろうがな。あ、長くなったな。
Man, Askeladd is such an amazing character, dude.
ボンクラだって話さ。
Now I'm thinking back about when Thorfinn wanted to kill him when he was asleep, remember?
俺は何があってもてめえを
And he was prepared for it. So yeah, now you kind of understand why.
たく
He's still sh-
そばからそれか
Yeah,
よ。犬めてに餌に釣られて駆け
he'll never change, man. That rage is always going to be a part of him.
働きにはマジで頭が下がるよ。茶番みてえな決闘に付き合ってやるだけで、あのトルケルにまでホイホイ挑んでいくんだもんな。便利なガキだよ。お前は
A small cost to keep him as your slave, basically, yeah.
トールズにも感謝しねえとな。
And all he does is keep feeding it.
待てもうよせ
Oh, dude. Thorfinn has never looked this weak.
今は傷を癒せ
It's so sad to see, honestly.
よさぬか
やれやれ。すっかり硬くなっちまったら、ベオラ。
Just gonna carry his body. Bury him.
なぜ私なのだ己自身が王となり世を変えようとは思わぬのか
あなたの方が王にふさわしい。俺やスベン王よりもね。
I'm not sure what exactly he means by that. But I'll think about it. Yeah, thinking back about his whole journey so far. And I guess realizing nothing's really changed. Like, what is he still doing it for? I think he's realizing he'll never beat Askeladd like this. Maybe even angry at himself for being so obsessed with it. Wow, man, another amazing episode, dude. This show, man, it's just too good, dude. I can't get over it. I absolutely love this episode once again. And what I always like to do after watching some of these episodes in Vinland Saga is that I go to like a Reddit thread where people discuss the show and I kind of see like, oh, there's some thoughts I might have not really had myself. I saw somebody actually point out the thing that I said during the reaction where like now we understand why Askeladd was prepared when Thorfinn wanted to kill him in his sleep, right? Because he did a very similar thing in his youth. I thought that was a genius, reference. But again, I'm glad it popped up in my mind because I can definitely see that, you know, in 99% of the occasions, maybe like you wouldn't actually think about a scene like that, but I did, thankfully. But what I wanted to say is like I saw one comment pass by and I thought it was so well formulated how it said that all along Vinland Saga might have just been Askeladd's story disguised as Thorfinn's story, if that makes sense. And I gotta kind of agree with that. You know, it's like Thorfinn has obviously kind of been on, well, I don't know. It's difficult though, because in the beginning I just saw Thor as the main character, although I realized that Thorfinn was probably going to be the main character. You know, and so therefore I was very early on already theorizing about like, okay, Thor could die then, I guess. Also based on the opening, of course, but well, just in general, it seemed like Thorfinn was the character that you expected to get the character development from, right? But what's so interesting and so, it's funny, but also sad at the same time. It's like, we are on episode 22, and the big realization that hits Thorfinn there at the very end is like, he hasn't had any development, dude. He's still the exact same character right after Thor got killed, and he was blinded by rage, and all that he wanted was to get that revenge. Now it's like, again, just those sort of realizations hitting me, and then thinking about that question of like, what's a true warrior, right? All those things combined, it's like suddenly I start really getting it. Like, holy shit, yeah. Thorfinn has been a cool character to follow, but he has not actually grown whatsoever. Really, when you think about it, right? He's only gotten stronger, sure, physically. And, we've seen him deal with certain situations and become more ruthless in certain ways, therefore, too. But as far as actually, again, it's also the big difference that we kind of see between Thorfinn and Askeladd. It's like Askeladd thinks things through. He has plans. He plays chess. Thorfinn doesn't. Like part of it, I think that's also like a comment that I saw. But somebody pointed out how Thorfinn wouldn't want to kill Askeladd anymore in anything other than a duel because it would be unfair, I guess. Whereas, Thorfinn's dad got killed in an unfair way, and that's why he wouldn't want to do something like that anymore. I actually forget, but that scene where he, I think the scene where he was prepared to kill him there, asleep, back in episode 6, I guess, somewhere it was. I think he ultimately just, he didn't bother with it, right? Like, that's what it was. So I guess back then already he felt that same way about it. Like, I want to kill him in a fair way. And so, like that, that's obviously the one thing that I will say about Askeladd. As much as I've grown sort of attached to his character and stuff, for sure, and he's my favorite character probably right now, but he's obviously still, not always the most moral of them all. And he the way he explains that whole, we dived into his backstory in this episode, and that was probably the most amazing part of it, finally seeing what that situation was like with his mom, but then especially, of course, his dad, who just used his mom as one of his many slave whores, I guess you could say. And the only thing that had him respect Askeladd, his dad had respect Askeladd, was the fact that Askeladd stood up for his mom and was willing to battle him there in a moment, even though he couldn't have killed him. It wouldn't have been realistic either, that's the thing. He even mentioned it was the first time he picked up a sword. And although he might have been naturally talented, it's you're not just going to kill your father there, who's 10 times stronger, right? It's kind of similar, again, to Thorfinn and Askeladd. It's a dream you have about killing that person, but let's be honest, in the real world, it would never happen. And so, despite them being taken in and having his family now respect him, even his, brothers and stuff, obviously he wasn't going to let go of the injustice that was always in his head and, wanting to have sort of payback, I guess, for what his dad did to his mom, how he treated her. And so, God, man. Yeah. Again, it's genius too how he played chess in that moment by using a sword of one of his brothers who was kind of separated from him, he mentioned, I think. And so he sparked sort of he didn't get the suspicion put on him, rather, right? So, again, it shows you how Askeladd, he thinks so many steps ahead. And we saw that already in the last episode, of course, where he had the whole plan set out, which I discussed now plenty of times. It's so great. I think overall, yeah, like I said, Askeladd is definitely my favorite character. He's become my favorite character of the show. And I keep thinking back then of that comment that I read over on Reddit, okay, it's actually Askeladd's story disguised as Thorfinn's story, this show. I still wonder about that, I wonder, is that true? Or is it just going to be, people call this first season, I know they call it kind of a prologue, so I'm already sort of speculating ahead, right? But it could also just be that Thorfinn will only start getting his real development after the first season then or something, right? And in this season he hasn't really changed at all. That would be very cool to see too. Because that's the thing, I still imagine that Leif and Thorfinn's family ultimately has a larger role to play. Though I could be wrong about that, and it could just be that Askeladd and Canute and all these guys, that's going to be the main story also moving forward. Who knows, right? It's hard to tell, but this show is still good. That's really my overall conclusion. Especially these last couple episodes. Oh my god, absolutely fantastic. Basically, the second half, I would say so far. I have 2 more episodes to go, so I can't wait to see where they leave it off. But it's been one hell of a ride, guys. I hope you all enjoyed my reaction to Vinland Saga episode 22. Of course, the last 2 episodes will already be up over on my Patreon. That is linked on top of the description. So over there, you can now watch episode 23 and 24 right away. So make sure you go and check it out. Your support is what allows me to make these videos in the first place as well. So keep that in mind. I would very much appreciate it. Full-length reactions will be up there too. And of course, we're going to be checking out Season 2 by the time it airs. So with that being said, I want to thank you all for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you back in the next episode.